Well, well, well. Welcome back to another episode of the Snap Ministry Podcast. All I have to say is buckle up, people, and let's enjoy the ride. Where do I start? Yesterday, Wednesday, was a what I would call extremely eventful and unveiling day. We had some revelations that happened, and I'm feeling today is Redemption Thursday as it pertains to Hayley Comet. Finally, the people are waking up to see who Hayley Comet really is. And before we get into the videos and before we get into the evidence, where now she has been out by her biggest advocate, Angie, aka another name. Um, I just want to address something really quickly. Is that by no means when if I laugh through this clip, if I have jovial moments, that I am basking or that I am a told you so type person. That's not who I am. But I am going to rejoice people through this video and have a little bit of some shits and giggles, cookies and bubbles because it's been a long time coming. This is what my comrades and I have been trying to get so many of you all to realize about this woman prior to now. People have been hurt now because they trusted Hayley Comet. So I just want you to know that during this video, give me grace because I may have a little laugh here and there as it pertains to certain things. But I will say this: the chickens have come home to roost, and Angie and the family have had enough. Let's take a listen.
I miss you. So Brian must he got problem with she with. I got a feeling is that soon as she don't talk with the family or she get a piece of information, she's run to social media. You know how much thing I talk with the family and I never come up on social media and say. So them Angie's gotta say, yo. So them Angie's gotta say, well, I'm like, you not gonna talk. Well, on Angie. You know, they got so much thing I know and I don't run and I don't run me mouth until I get a proper go ahead, then otherwise than though. But these otherwise than this why seeing it like every little thing Ailey just running with. What is it? My sister, good night, I they say, jeez, my neighbor.
Good night. Whatever Ailey have.
Hold on there, Angie, hold on. Don't hold on. Hold on, Angie. Alright. Let go over again.
Whatever Ailey have, she need to leak what she said she have.
This is what you say?
Right? Because I don't know what she have. And she gotta know what she have and she gotta know where she get it from.
I tell you.
She can get it from me. I don't have no secret. I don't hold secrets. So whatever she have and whatever she have leaking, whoever give her stuff, I actually sorry for whoever give her stuff. Because normally when you claiming that you're doing case for persons, you're standing in, you're whatever. When people come out and give you information, you're supposed to keep the identity secret. Like for example with me. Everybody know I said I don't want my correct name going to public. But Madam Ailey leaked my correct name in the public, which I don't have a problem my correct name go out there. I don't have no problem, but let me put my name out there. You don't put it out to me. Understand?
Do not pay your next car insurance bill. Repeat.
Quick
do
break.
not pay
Be
your
right
bill.
back.
So I found
You there?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you don't put out my name for me. And I have husband, I have children. I'm very respectful. My kids are very respectful. There's certain things I want to protect my kids from. My kids don't know everything. I don't have no secret. I don't have secret. But I am saying, and nobody in the public don't come after my kids at no point in time. I don't put my children them in the media. I am not in the media. I'm now because of Adriana story, right? But if she's claiming that what she could put everything out there, whatever she have, she needs to put it out there. She can get nothing from me. Because when I talk to Ailey, I normally let Ailey know where she's right and where she's wrong. Any whoever give Ailey information that she normally reports on, I'm sorry for them. Because If somebody give you something and don't want you to call their names, don't call people name. Don't show people name.
Straight.
Whatever she has, don't threaten that you're gonna put things out. Put out what you have. Sorry for the person them who she investigating for after this, because you are not to be trusted when you do things like that. I have no secret. I have nothing to hide, and I am sorry if I didn't think I'm gonna leave you. What we normally talk with the family. We me you just come out and miss you. You know everything. I will put in into what going on, and if with you and know, I don't know what she know. So she need to leak what she know, cause I want to know what she know too.
I tell you, girl.
That's all I have to say. Ellie ain't gonna drain me. Ellie ain't gonna drain me, but I'm embarrassed. I am embarrassed. I'm upset. That's why I see it. I lie down here listening, cause I saw this stuff, and for see how Ellie, that is like you treat Sir Brian like he's a dog. I take back every word that I said. I'm gonna have Sir Brian come out and apologize. I take all that shit back. All of that I take back. You can't be speaking to my family in this manner. You can't be talking to him like a dog will give back effing money and give back effing money. I've been listening on you here, Ailey. This is the true Ailey. Court. No, I didn't see this. I saw this today. Ari, I'm standing up. I'm saying straight up, and I'm not gonna take that back. Listen, so Brian wrong to come after you, man. He could have called you. There's many ways you can do things differently. I ain't taking that back, right? I stood up for you many times. People bashing you, I'm there for you. But for here you come out and treating the family like this and send back effing money. You want back effing money? Is these people dog, man?
Crazy.
Ellie, for real? Yo, let me just listen for you.
All right, my sis.
Whew. And that's only the beginning, people. That's before Angie heard, or rather received, more information that we all who have been following us on the Snap Ministry podcast, and so many of my other comrades, Seife on TikTok, my comrades London Star, 64 Rhythms, Ina, Beth O. It's so many, and those that I don't even know that have been saying these things about HC for the longest. But FIYAH Feelings on Let's Talk the Things did not take heed when he was told to stay clear of this woman. If you're new to my channel, I'm Sister Snap, Miss Snap, whatever, as long as you call me Snap and we're snapping together. Let's go ahead and get back into it. I just thought I'd make myself known for those of you that are new to my channel. And let's go ahead and get into this second video.
Yes, Angie.
FIYAH, let me say this thing now. And I have nothing more to say after this. All right? I will say it over and over again. And this is personal to Ailey. I ain't gonna call Ailey to tell Ailey this, because Ailey went on a live to disrespect and embarrass so Brian and Amicia for saying that she want back effing money, right? So I'm gonna say this personally. Hayley Comet, thank you for what you have done so far. As of tonight, hold on, let me check the time. 11:14, 22nd of July, as of tonight. This is not you going back and forth like bipolar schizophrenia, and I'm not calling you I'm not saying you're bipolar, but this is how bipolar people operate. This is not you going back and forth saying that you're not going to work on the Adriana case no more, and I'm asking you to stay on and you're not going to work anymore.
I tell you.
Of tonight, please desist from reporting anything about Adriana case. And I have the right to say this to you. You're fully aware that I have the right. The right was given to me to say this to you. as of tonight, desist from working on Adriana's case. Right? So you don't got to go back and forth about it. And if you continue with Adriana's case, if you come after Sabrian, you come after Amicia, you see how I've been very supportive and very nice. Swear from earth to heaven, you wouldn't want to see the other side of me. Take it as a threat. Take it as a warning.
However you want. Just take it.
Right? For the way that what I saw on this here, I want to see nothing more. I believe this. I give everybody a fair chance. You had your fair chance over and over and over again by me. You even put my name out there. I forgive you. I don't care. But you see the way you coming after this family. You're even saying that you're going to go and report to PayPal that the money was fraudulent. You're lying. That's a serious, serious lie. Somebody show you who they are the first time, believe them. Now, you know what? I didn't believe you the first time. I see you perform. Give you a long chance. That chance is over. Saying it again, please desist from reporting anything pertaining to Adriana's case. And thank you very much for what you have reported so far, what you have done so far, for your contribution, for your contribution from your friends. We appreciate it. It was gratefully accepted. Thank you so much. No love lost. One love. But let this family be now. It's time. Let this family be. And if you're not taking me serious, when I shouting and carry on, I am serious, yes. But not that serious when you see I'm talking this low. And I'm going to tell you my planet tonight, I'm Scorpio, right? I sting. That's all I have to say.
Respect, sis. Amen.
Well. Angie has had enough. But this is what I'm going to pose at you all's feet that are listening. The question that I'm going to pose, and we're going to talk about it short and sweet and quick and easy in a moment after we run 2 more clips that actually aid in understanding that Fire Feelings nor Angie had to be where they are today had they have taken heed. But the question I'm going to pose to you all, and I say this gently, let me be very clear when I say this, because this is something I have wanted to say for a long time as it pertains to Sister Angie. But because I was bred right, I know that there is a time to speak and there is a time to be quiet, or a time to yield. And as it pertains to family, which I have stated so many times, you don't mix up in family's business. But now, since everything has come to light and Angie is now speaking up and she is completely aware, and the veils have been lifted for her to see who Hayley Comet truly is, now I feel that it is appropriate to say this. So the question that I'm going to pose to the sister, and again, I'm going to say it very respectfully and with grace, because at the end of the day, that is Adriana's blood family. And none of us have the right to charge the family, at least I believe. But Sister Angie, and we're going to talk about this, and we'll unpack it more, but after we play these clips. But the question that I pose to the people is it safe to now ask Sister Angie this question? Sister Angie, what can you honestly be real with yourself and ask yourself, what part, Sister Angie, did you play in bringing the wolf to your house? I know that's harsh, and I know that you all are already dealing with your reality that has unfolded, and I want to be very sensitive to that reality. But this is a historical proven transaction experience that we have when it pertains to people that are not from our demographic. And I'm not saying that all of those type of people are bad, but history has proven it time and time again. So when you and Fire Feelings say that, oh, you give people a chance, Does that mean you go into things blindly? Does that mean that you don't do your due diligence, your research? Now, we still give grace because we understand that family needed monetary means to fight for their cause. I understand that, but we'll dive more into that in a moment. Before we get out of here, we'll play these other clips because remember, I just stated that Fire Feelings had a chance to take heed very early on. I want you all to listen to this voice and I want you all to think about the words that you're about to hear. And I want you all to think about the voice that you're about to hear. And then we'll circle back.
You hear me, brethren?
Yeah, but I'm hearing you turn on your TV.
No, yeah, I was trying to make sure when I was calling. Sorry. Listen, I need you to take a moment, brethren. This is Montu. I called you the other day and I said you inspired me to let you know about my site. I need to say something really clearly. Please hear me out on this, okay? Okay. I don't want to get too in depth with Hayley Comet and everything with grandmother and suspicions of stuff on and so on and right. But what I will say is, once again, I applaud your show, but be mindful. I don't know who Angie is. I've seen all the times I've been watching. I see Angie as a trusted person that calls in your phone. I remember when she called in the other day, and she was very adamant about bringing up what she felt about Stefan. So I know she just fell away. When she just came on this here and she bigging up Hayley, I want you to know something. Hayley is a very dangerous woman. So when all these people talking about, oh, we bigging up Hayley, last night before she came and started to talk to you, we were on a live. We were watching Hayley. Hayley has a horrible track record, and you all that's listening need to go to TikTok trolls and pay attention. She has done so much injustice to families by the name of Nicola Bully, Jay Slater, John George. Hayley does not have a good track record. What I am saying is, I'm not saying that Granny and anybody that's within the family that may be suspicious should not be investigated. I'm all for righteousness. But what I want to bring to the light, brethren, and I'm saying this as a sister of yours, you understand? When I look at you, I'm looking at myself. You understand? And to see that non-melanated woman coming on this show, this woman here is bigging up for followers. This woman before she came on your show, and I recorded it because I said, if you need me to show you, I said, they won't believe this. This woman will have people on her subscribe. There's a subscribe prescription that she has on some app that starts with a D. She makes people pay. She bullies people. It's like a cult with Hayley. And this is not hearsay, brethren. This is matter of fact. I made sure I recorded everything because behind closed doors, right before she came and she talked to you, this woman said to her mom, well, she's talking to these people on a live. She's getting all these gifts and stuff. She's collecting all this money. Thank you. She said, oh, I don't really know what he's talking about. He's just wasting time. I'm watching her like this. I'm watching this woman's energy, brethren. This woman is a succubus. She loves energy. So when people say, oh, she's doing the work, she's doing a good job. No, Adriana's case is just another big case for she to catch more attention. Right before she came on, when she said what she said about you, she said, oh my God, yeah, this is my first live ever. I've never been on a live. And me and the sisters that was on a live on TikTok, we had a next person watching her live, and that's why we got to record it. It was like, see, this is entertainment. This is pure joy for her. So regardless, every information that Hayley gets, brethren, she gets it from, she's getting it from Amika. She's getting so much information from our Amika page. She doesn't truly have a real source. So I just wanted to make sure, brethren, and I want you to hear your sister and hear your sister well. I know you're getting your followings up. I know, brethren, you building your platform, and I'm for it. You understand? But just like they say sometimes, all money ain't good money. All followers ain't good followers. A lot of her followers that's gonna come on here is following because of her and her. We call it rage baiting and trauma baiting. That's what she likes. You understand, my love? And I'm telling you this you hear what I say, brethren? A sister telling you this one time. I don't know who Angie is, and I don't want to disrespect Angie. I know I could feel it when Angie called. I just feel she paid. I know. Yeah, but it's mad family. And see, here's the thing that I've been saying on TikTok when I'm coming about this Hayley thing. And they're like, oh, you a hater. First of all, my life good. So this sister in here living well good here in Florida. You understand? I don't have to hate on no non-melanated woman that's sitting in UK. This woman's been in a safe house because this woman too mixed up. And like my mother always said, if every time you get in a situation with a person and you the common denominator, it's you the problem, not the people.
So even if there's something that comes up at a later time about, Granny Carol or Stefan or whatever, which if they're in the wrong, it should come up. But what Hayley is doing, she's using this to her advantage. I just want to make sure you all understand that.
One love, my sister. Yeah, man.
All right.
Did that voice sound familiar, people, when I get vexed? Yes. To those that said yes, yes, that was me, Sister Snap. When Hayley Comet went on to that show that night, and my tribe, we all were, preparing for it. I hope you all could hear in my voice. I was very passionate and I was deeply disturbed because these people, Fire Feelings and Sister Angie, were really hailing up, putting this woman on a pedestal. And I was infuriated because me, along with my tribe and my comrades, had already done so much research and we knew who she was. And I tried to warn this brother. And one of the things that I told Fire Feelings then, and I will reiterate it now because I'm going to address Fire Feelings now. You all, if you notice, I had a lot of terms of, used a few terms of endearment. I said, brethren, your sistren, love, trying to make him understand, brethren, I am checking for you. This is your sistren. At the end of the day, when the stuff hit the fan and the revolution, God forbid, happens, we will be on the side together. But did the brother take my heed? No, the brother did not. And shortly after that call, when I called in, another brother calls, the one who I'm going to play his recording. And we're going to address all of this because this is something that has been on my heart since then. I stopped watching Fire Feelings show from that day. You couldn't pay me to watch his show because he actually did another totally different segment. That was the day session. He did a segment about me, Sister Snap, that evening. It was a 30-minute special. He said he would know, or it was either Tuesday. It was one day he normally wouldn't have recorded, and it was about 30 minutes. And this brother went in on the Sister Snap, basically saying how I call me mix up. Say I was a mix up woman and I was bad hearted, wicked hearted. I'm paraphrasing, but basically he charged my character because I disturbed his show. I disrespected his guests. But if we go back and we play previous episodes from his show, even before that day, he says the key term, or rather the key title, is let's talk to things. He accepts calls from anybody from any walk of life. Express yourself. And then when his own sister who looks like him, who is for the cause, for righteousness for our people, as a dreadman, he attacked me. So I just wanted you all to take note that throughout that whole time that I called in, I was doing my best to express to him, brethren, just be mindful, take heed, do your research. It is easy for us to get on this platform as a YouTube person and say, now I'm a YouTube person. But technically speaking, if you don't specify that this is for entertainment purposes or whatever the case may have you, and you're doing things on the level that Fire Feelings are doing things, you're basically reporting as a pseudo journalist. And you should do your research, especially when you're going to bring guests on. You can't just be so happy to have someone that has a huge following. And we're going to address that as well. But let's play the next clip. And also, before we get into that, another point that I want to make. So after that call was done, when I called Fire Feelings to try to, tell him to take heed and warn him, Sister Angie called back and she went in. I'm not going to play that clip because it's neither here nor, well, it is here and there, but it's not to attack her. She was very upset. She didn't know me. I didn't know her. So we both were expressing our feelings. But I will say again to Sister Angie, ask yourself, Sister Angie, and I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but what part did you play, especially if you wouldn't have been sowing your emotions about this woman because she brought money to the table? You all might have prevented this a long time ago. So I just think it's important for us as a demographic to not be so quick to shun our own and big up the other side and do our research on things. But let's take a listen to the next caller that called in and what he had to say.
Take some calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, my brother.
Yeah, my brother.
Brother, I've been listening to the comments, some of the comments that Hayley was making. But one thing I wanted to say is that there's a TikTok live and it's beyond every day with a young lady. I'm not gonna talk her name.
Okay.
But live close to the Adriana grandmother. That story that Hayley is telling people about the grandmother is planning to buy a house, it's a lie. Hayley is a corrupt woman. Let me tell you this. Adriana, the 14-year-old girl, do you know she was SA by her stepfather?
No.
Explain that to her. And the grandmother was the only person that believed that child, and they went to the place in Guyana, and they give the grandmother full custody of that 14-year-old child. And the reason why the grandmother is telling the little girl not to talk is the doctors, they telling the grandmother this little girl is still traumatized by what happened to her from her stepfather, and she is not the right person to talk to. Really full of shit, brother. You understand what I'm telling you? Really full of shit. That lady was calling and debunking her. I'm telling you this. That little girl was SA. All the neighbors was on that live and saying, yes, this is true. Her daughter had a man that used to do that to that little girl, and she lost custody of that girl. This whole story that Hayley's putting out there, that these people trying to buy a house, it's not true. If you watch Christmas Present, you will see the man is showing you showing you like we all grew up here. But listen, that family is happy with the life how they living, bro. That family's not in no interest of no money. Respect. And you see that girl who called in there saying that she's gonna call Hayley, the two of them are cooking up stories behind. The two of them are cooking up story. Hayley has a corrupt thing. That lady that just called it is true. Even that coming on the live too. Other people were spying in on Hayley and realized that Hayley has a corrupt reputation out there and playing a game. But what happened? This is what's going to happen to my people. When we go to the white man for fucking justice, this is what has happened to us. They just think that they have power over us, and they, whatever story they're going to bring out, our people going to run with it. You understand? That little child that she's talking about and saying whatever, this, that little shit. Listen, man, Hayley is full of shit, Hayley.
I got you, my brother.
That little child said it, the proof is in the court in Guyana. All three of the neighbors, they came out and said, this is true, and this is why they don't want the little girl to speak. You understand me, bro? Yeah. Bro, you need to be careful of these people, some of these stories that these people are bringing on your program and thing, and then she's saying, going around this place saying whatever she's saying to people. Ellie's blocking people like crazy on TikTok right now. Who's calling her out on her shit? She's blocking them like, get off.
I remember,
She's making huge money from this story right now. She's not telling people that.
Respect, my brother. Good. Like the next guy. Love. Yeah, man.
Ooh, you see? That were two people the same day that HC went on the Fire Feeling show. Two people that look like the Brethren Fire Feeling. And we got ripped to shreds in the comments, in the calls. I mean, the people came from the people. I would say is why we say here down inside. They walk the dogs on me. This woman, she comes out, she ray. And I took that quietly, because at the end of the day, I knew my intentions were good, and I knew that what I told was factual evidence. And what I also know is what I always do is I fight for mine, even when they don't fight for me or we don't fight for ourselves. And what winds up happening in so many cases, to the point of what the brother Wilbert stated, is we give so much to these people in this different demographic, more than we do our own. And sadly, it's always not always, in a lot of cases, it's our own that throws us under the bus. Now, again, I'm not here looking for any redemption myself. I'm not even, I'm just addressing, because now is the appropriate time, people. We're seeing it's come full circle by the one and only, AKA Angie. Now, remember what this brother just said, that HC is this, that, and the other. And oh, and she block everybody. She block everybody. And if you go back and you kind of really pay attention to how Five Feelings kind of shrugged it off. I mean, he has to keep his face because he's on live. So I understand that. But it was very dismissive. They're like, yeah, bro, okay. But this Brethren Wilbur was telling him, hey, she blocks everybody. She blocks everybody. Now, let's take a look at this. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. Sorry, that was the same one. This is where we are today. So remember, brother Wilbert was trying to educate feelings via that HC blocks everyone, and he shrugged it off, and it was dismissive. It was a very dismissive demeanor. Here we are today.
Hayley block fire feelings. I say, oh, ja. You know why do that? One block. And I representing this history in a table. Well, so
One more time.
I tell you. I say, what? Hayley block fire feelings? I say, oh, ja. You know why do that? One block. And I representing this history in a table. Well,
Just for shits and giggles, cookies and bubbles. One more time for the people in the back.
I tell you. I say, what? Hayley block fire feelings? I say, oh, ja. You know why do that? One block. And I representing this history in a table. Well,
Y'all see, I had to do my two in Angela. Not that I deal with that woman. The two in Angela. Look, what? He blocked you, Fire? Fire? She blocked you? Again, I said in the beginning, I'm going to have a few little jokes here and there because I think I think I deserve to. But again, this is not a gloating thing. It's a very serious thing because these are people's lives that are at stake first and foremost, or rather secondary. People's lives are at stake, but first and foremost, none of what Hayley Comet has brought to this tragic event that we all found ourselves drawn to has anything to do with justice for Adriana Young. In fact, this has been one of the biggest injustices to Adriana Young and her family. And we have gotten so far removed from the nucleus of we want justice for Adriana Young. Hayley has been a complete and irrefutable distraction from day one. And so, what the brother was saying earlier, I want to talk about this before we get out of here. One of the things that stated, it says, there's demonstrations, there's a pattern of YT people abusing the niceness or vulnerability of Black people within a system of YT supremacy, leading to enduring and destructive consequences for Black individuals and community. Now, I'm not saying I'm opposed to YT people because I have plenty of them in my tribe, and I deal with all walks of life. But people like HC that has a superiority complex, that has a YT savior complex, are dangerous, and they're dangerous to our community because they are not coming with a clean heart and sound mind. They're coming with intentions to conquer and to divide, which she has done on so many levels: TikTok, YouTube, Angie, with Sabrian. And this is what we're going to get into before we get out of here. But before we get out of here and conclude everything with a summary about to Sister Angie, Dear Angie is what I would call it. I want to also play another clip that I just find comical because this person needs to be addressed to. Let's listen.
my brother, what's going on? Hello. Yeah, Robert. One. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, good night. Yeah, my brother. Good night to everyone on the lives. You see, when they come out last night, I go on somewhere, some people come at me. And I come defend Hayley. Some of you not know. I just show we don't want to come out and say certain things where we get pan fire if it was doing what it do. Come and know a phone line there really update because I didn't want to play everything. So some of these people who are come out of people, when them talk about Hayley, can't listen. What Hayley I do to this family. So we now come sugarcoat nothing tonight. The all I know, we are come defend early. And I talk about feelings. We don't know what early do to this family. Much mud earlier jar. This family in. We don't know. I come talk about back and forth and what happened last night. Them things just come out but earlier though. And every case early go on fire. When me do back my checks, fire. Can't let me tell you say no man. Me just come and talk now. When me do back my checks, fire. Every case early go on. Every family left in a trauma. Every case right now, brother. A woman that can't early go court right now. I mean, tell me I tell you that, my brother. Right now. I'm going to send it to you right now, a lady. The woman has left England and run to Australia for some months to cool off herself, bad man. You hear me, I tell you? This white girl, yeah, and discriminate nobody. It seems like he want people to just kiss him ass or make him look like him a god. Nobody does see him wrong when he come out and come talk about sex. Family will never get justice for Adriana. That's a number one. And she pay for the autopsy. That's a number two. And look for the things in which she come back and say, oh, this family is so, and yo, me not going to make you pay the vice note. Some of these people can't hear. One of them will come out of Robert. Yeah, when you come in a business. Area one wicked girl. And film time will come. And early, yeah. Really love your brother. We are going to buck up. You need to stop the way you do. Now, your own friend come out and say, you never had a huge platform until you jump back here in a case. Wow. So when your platform started to grow, your first 2 weeks, you know, early, when you take up this case, you know, your first 2 weeks, what you money where you make, you know, because me know how to check TikTok as money. Your first 2 weeks, you know, how much money you make for the first 2 weeks. You were just doing this for money and build a platform. Because who you know say the world is watching and you will run with the story in England. So everybody will come by your platform early to see what's going on with this little baby girl here. And guess what you do? Take it as an advantage for you. And look how you deal with this family. And some people are coming in the comment section and come talk about feelings. I will never talk. Come talk about give back money. But, yo, it hurt me in a bad man. Somebody ever asked this man for your money, you know. Crazy, bro. Straight up. Me hear somebody think so, I'm going to know what one. That's why I may have vent, you know. But see, who don't know? Who don't know? Who don't just listen and make people vent. Hear Miss Angie come out and say, him take back everything you must know that she hurt bad man. It's the last piece how she come out. I come talk about the family. How much damage early due to this young girl mother, Amicia? How much damage you do to Amicia? You know how much damage this little white girl do to Amicia? Uno know. Uno know. But me know so me can talk. And every case is up on fire. He left the family them in the morning. Me I tell you, every case she go on. I make it look like she all that. That little hungry belly girl there. Because she don't have nothing. She don't come across like she have things. Sure. Make it look come out, can't tell which way you live. You make it look at nothing. Thank God for you. Thank God for you, Adriana. But you don't know for your time. Up early. Take your backbench for them up. Let people them know how move on. Iraq, you know, see, you let the Russia fight Ukraine, but I run with it.
All right, you see the Ross Vex, right? The Ross is Vex, right? So let's again to stay on par. This is the same Ross Robert, that just like that day that on the infamous day that I and the Brethren Wilbert called in to try and forewarn FIYAH feelings, and Sister Angie, that same person now that you he is bashing, as I say, walking the dogs verbally on HC. Even say this YT woman. I mean, like, so now you want to talk about color. You want to now it's a problem with her because she's a YT woman. But that same Ross Robert was the Ross brethren that called in and ripped me and the brethren Wilbert to shreds verbally. Tell us how basically we this and we that and ray. And we was mixed up for trying to forewarn fire feelings and his followers to try and protect them from the inevitable, which is where we are today. All of the evidence and the facts have come out. Now, one last clip before we get out of here, and this is again a redemption clip. This is not gloating or rubbing anything in anybody's faces, but I think we need to acknowledge that enough people, Sister Angie and Fire Feelings, were truly forewarned, and this brother needs his flowers as well. Wilbert, let's take a listen to him when he called in the second time.
Hello, my brother.
Yes, I.
You guys remember me? You remember when I called that day, told you how Hayley is not an honest person. Robert and the auntie Amisa, that lady that just speaking there, come after me. When they said, why didn't you cut that call from that young man? It was the person. Okay? My name is Wilbert. Let me tell you this. This evidence been around on TikTok for all this time. Okay? Hayley has been compromised for a very long time. Okay? Robert come after me and bash me. You, Robert, I'm talking to you. You come up and defend yourself. Told you guys this woman is a witch. And she don't mean nothing for this family. Know how much thousands of dollars she has made on this family? And now to see that he come out. Auntie, I'm telling you this, Amicia, you owe me an apology. Even you, FIYAH. Even you, Robert, and that guy from Barbados called me. And he called and he made a clown out of me. You guys owe me an apology.
Yeah, man, apologize, man. Big up yourself.
I'm telling you guys this from ever. You guys did not do your homework. You guys did not. There's what Robert was saying earlier when he called in, when he was telling you that he realized that he did some research on her. It is true. Many families that Hayley have ripped off. It's completely off. Take their money, did not send any. Listen, Amisa, they're lucky they get some money from Hayley. They're really lucky. I'm telling you the honest truth. Because if you see what is behind Hayley's name, if you dig down behind the truth, he really don't give nobody no money. But Hayley is a drug addict. I'm telling you guys the honest truth. This girl is a drug addict. She's in love with men like me, Afro. And she's a homeless, she's a single mom. She doesn't have no one around her. So what she does, she takes advantage of these cases. This is not the name that she used to use.
Okay.
TikTok. I can go far and tell you guys this. This Hayley name that she using, she had revamped herself into a different name. This is not the name that she was using.
Crazy.
Okay?
Yeah, General.
I'm really sorry for what happened. But you guys come after me. And there was a young lady that called you guys before me.
I said it too.
From Florida.
Yeah, I said it too.
And said the same thing. You understand? Me and that young lady is still friend on top of TikTok. And today when I sent all this information for her, she said, brother, I know you're Guyanese, but look how they did not believe us and everything come to pass.
You know, I can't remember if I played that before. I don't think I did because there's so many clips. So forgive me. I'm still alerted. It's a process. But if I did, hey, you heard it again. But I don't think I did. But maybe I did. I can't remember. But either way, it's imperative to know that we try to warn those people, Fire Feelings and Sister Angie, about Haley. Now, just some housekeeping before we get out of here and before I make my conclusion and plea to Sister Angie. One of the things the brother Wilbert, that from the clip that we just heard, it was misinformation. He said he called her Mika or Misha. He was referring to Angie, so he just misspoke on the name. So for those that don't understand or are not as abreast with this as we are, I want to make sure this is the Snap Ministry podcast where we speak about facts and truth. So it's very important to me to address that he was referring to Angie, owed him an apology, not Amika or Misha. That's the mother of Adriana Young and the auntie. So yeah, today is Redemption Thursday is what I'll call it. But before we get out of here, and we get into the next episodes, to get prepared for the next episodes, we're going to circle back to Miss 2N Angie and her latest episodes in her GoFundMe, and the Sister Storm on TikTok. We're going to address some things with Sister Storm as well. That's going to be pretty interesting because I want to address some things about her. And it's all related to what I'm about to say now to Sister Angie. And I pray that if Angie does see this, that Sister Angie receives this with light and love and grace and poise and an open heart. But Sister Angie, as I posed the question at the beginning of this podcast, which is, I really want you, as time goes on, to sit with yourself. And I know it might be a hard pill to swallow, but really ask yourself and have accountability for what part you played in this. Because while I know, as a person who has gone through in hardship at some point in my life, I know what it means when you need to gather funds quickly, especially for legal representation. I understand that, and I sympathize and empathize with that. But like I told Fire Feelings on that call initially on that day when you called back in, and you didn't attack me, but you attacked the situation. You more so went off on the brother and said, why didn't he cut the call? But you were still defending Haley because of my call as well. But I'll say this, like I said to him that day, all money ain't good money. And all followers or all attention isn't good attention. And the attention and the backlash that comes attached to Hayley Comet, it's just, to me, it's not worth it. And so addressing some of the things that you stated as you just were on his platform yesterday, you mentioned how you take back, talking to Sir Brian. You said, you wanted to hear, like, if Haley has something else to leak out, yeah, let us know you want to hear it. Sister, no, it doesn't matter. I listened to Sister Angie talk about, how expressive she got, how loud and abrasive, for lack of better term, she got. And she speaks high, she speaks very passionately about God and this, and God is the Redeemer, just everything with God and her religion and Jesus Christ. So I'll lay this at people like Sister Angie and Sister Angie speak, and the Ross Roberts speak. Sometimes we can be so emotionally attached to a situation, we're too close to the trees that we don't see the forest. And especially people that are under the umbrella of righteousness or Christianity, Jesus Christ, God, and things like that, we need to be very mindful to not contradict ourselves by telling others, you let God deal with it, you let God fight your battles. And I'm saying that because had Sister Angie not been so emotionally, passionately driven at the early onset of this and fought so hard for HC, maybe, just maybe, the family would not have had to have that woman in such close proximities to them, making them vulnerable to her known pattern of hysteria, of chaos, of tumultuousness. So I'm not blaming Sister Angie, but what I'm saying is, as a people, let us learn from that. That one, to fight, like to Fire Feelings, do your research. Just because a person comes bearing monetary gifts or just gifts, period, doesn't mean that their intentions are good. Because sadly, you all did, and I'm sorry to be the one to say this, you brought that wolf to the cookout. And they didn't come to have fun and take a rib here, a china, a doubles there, a bust up shot there. That wolf came to disturb the cookout. So now you want to pull her from her cookout card, but you literally gave her the spatula to cook the meat. You gave her the doubler to turn the pot. Like, you all sadly played a part in this woman creating mass hysteria in your family's life and amongst our community. So again, I'm not attacking all YT people. I'm saying that it has been historically proven that some YT people, we have to vet, they have to be tried and made true. Now, as Sister Angie says that she is going to have a conversation with Sir Brian, and she said how Sir Brian was wrong and rare, et cetera, et cetera. What I will say to that before we get out of here is that was once again where I believe, and this is something I've been wanting to say, that had Sister Angie yielded a lot more and moved in a more what I would consider godlike manner, just settle the spirit and not be so quick to move and engage, then she might have been able to move more soundly, make more logical decisions as it pertains to HC. And even now, currently, she's talking about calling Sir Brian and talking to him. I think enough is enough as it pertains to Sister Angie. I think, Sister Angie, this is a beautiful opportunity for you to say, you know what, let me be more quicker to listen and slower to speak, which is why we have two ears and one mouth, because a lot has already been done, sadly, to Sister Angie, because you played a pivotal part in how close proximity HC had to that family, even to the point where the family was made to go on a show and thank Hayley for money because she gave them money. I've stated before, I personally, haven't done my research, I would have never taken money. Me personally wouldn't have never taken money from HC because I know her character and what it would be attached with. But I also know that so many of my brothers and sisters, us that are in precarious situations, financial strains, and you come across an unfortunate or unexpected event of the magnitude that you all endured, and you need money for legal assistance, like one of my converts said, they'll sell their soul to the devil to fight for a due for their family. And I get that. But I just want us to take a step back, and now, instead of being so quick to react and so emotional as a people, including Ross Robert, Fire Feelings, Sister Angie, and all of you that called that Fire Feelings show that day and attacked the brother Wilbur and myself, I'm not asking for a public apology like Wilbur did. I'm okay with coming to this platform and having these conversations because that's how we learn. So before we get out of here, I just wanted to um, address those things. And Sister Angie said something that I thought was beautiful, which is a quote by Maya Angelou. If a person shows you who they are, then believe them. So when you're now saying that you want, oh yeah, she has something she needs to, she wants to leave. I want to know. She's already shown Sister Angie who she is. You said you believe her. Why are you still opening yourself up to have any direct communication with her? Divine Creator is giving you all the signs, has given you everything you need to do with people like that has narcissistic mannerisms. It's called completely locking off communication, is what we say, or no contact. You cannot have contact with a person that's that disturbed. You just can't do it. So with that being stated, I evoke that you all receive this episode with light and love. Just at this point, to Sister Angie, to Fire Feelings, and all that have now been awakened to the reality of HC. Just let sleeping dogs lie. Let sleeping dogs lie. You all were not the first, and you all will not be the last, because just like she just proved to the Fire Feelings subscribers, to his followers, to his people, he's now blocked. This is what she does. Anytime she's met with any type of inquiries, or she's met with any type of, tension or questioning or what may have you, She blocks, and this is a trait from a narcissist. As a narcissistic survivor, I can't even continue writing my book and being progressive with that because I'm so invested in trying to protect my people from Hayley Comet. But I have other things that I want to be doing, hence writing my book about narcissists as a narcissistic survivor. And I think after yesterday, I feel redeemed. So I would never ask for a public apology, but I will say to those that advocated for this woman, sadly the chickens have come home to roost, and you all sadly were a byproduct of those chickens coming home to roost. And I pray that you all going forward in any of your endeavors, but as it pertains to Adriana, be have more of a spirit of discernment. All of you have stated how godly you are and how you all walk with, the Most High and of righteousness. Well, the righteous, we really lean on our spirit of discernment. So take heed to that. Thank you all for watching. We will be circling back around to in Angela and a sister by the name of Storm on TikTok that also has a lot to say to Sister Brian, and I want to address her. So see you all next time. I hope that this helped. Sister Snap is out. Oh, yeah. Also, stay tuned for more information on narcissism and conversations about that because that's something we're going to be bringing to the light. All right, peoples. Oh, before we get out of here, I almost forgot. I'm still getting new to this. I want to show you all something. I want you all to look at something before we get out of here. I want you to look at this family because remember, it's all about Adriana Younge. I want you all to take a look at this picture. This is Sir Brian, the father, the mother, Amisha, the little son, Saeed. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The little sister, Gabrielle. And this is our Adriana Younge, who was taken from us most horrifically and untimely. This was a family that was once very happy and complete. And this is the family now. This is the father, Sir Brian. I don't know who that is. I'm assuming that's Amika. This is Adriana Young's. To the far left is Adriana Young's auntie Amika Lewis, who has been pivotal in fighting for her justice. The one in the gray is her mother, is Adriana's mother, Amisha. This is into the middle. The little lad is Saeed, the brother. Into the front, the little small little missus. That is Adriana's little sister, Gabrielle. I want you all to look at how the father, Sir Brian, looks. And I want you all to look at this family. This is a family that is no longer complete because the firstborn child of that family is missing. So while we're talking about Hayley Comet and all of this unnecessary stuff that has nothing to do with justice for Adriana, in fact, it pulls away from justice from Adriana. This is the beautiful daughter of a family, niece of a family, sister to little siblings, grandchild to grandparents, etc., etc. This is what we should be focusing on, and this is what we should be getting back to now that we have debunked and exposed Hayley Comet. Let us no longer be distracted by Hayley Comet or any of these content creators. Let us get back to talking about the facts and the evidence on what happened to this little girl on April 23rd, between April 23rd and April 24th, on the day that her remains were discovered in that pool at the Doubleday Hotel. So while we are all still living our best lives out here, this family is still grieving. This family has still not gotten justice. I said it will be short and sweet, but it's so hard for me. I'm trying to do my best to shorten these videos. So let's leave on that note. Justice for Adriana. And remember, people, Angie told Hayley Comet to desist. Do not report on the Younge family. So now I'm putting the call to action out there. Let's remember, she told her not to report. So anybody see that, what is it, APB? Anybody see HC talking about anything related to Adriana Younge as of July the 23rd, please make sure you send it my way or to any other the advocate's way. And I again want to big up my crew. Thank you all so much for always being alongside of me. 64 Rhythms, Marley's, London Star, Beth O, Ina, Adele, and so many others. Cefe, it's so many of us that work behind the scenes that we don't get accolades, but we are fighting for not only justice for Adriana, but justice for the family. All right. Light and love, peace and blessings. Sister Snap out. See you on the next go round.